Yes, guys, welcome to your Chelsea news video, well, if you want to call it that. Could Maresca be sacked? Good question. You may be asking, could he? Will he? And what is the current situation about? Well, we have a news reports out tonight. As I expected, we had news reports out. Maresca's target is to get Champions League, but with 8 points from 6 games, he is under tremendous pressure coming from BBC News. Telegraph has also come out and said, well, okay, he should be doing better with the squad, and apparently Maresca is unhappy with how the club has been run and how certain stuff has been handled with, such as the striker situation. I'm sorry. Maresca, let's just talk about the Telegraph real quick. 1 second. I'm sorry, but let's just talk about the Telegraph. Matt Law came out of this, so I want to trust it to an extent. You literally have Mark Yu. You have João Pedro, who can play striker. Pedro Neto as a false 9. Guess how it worked out last season? Oh yeah, it worked out great, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm so unhappy with how this striker situation was handled, or how this has been handled. Did anyone, and I mean anyone, unless if you have a magical book, see or predict that the Lap would be injured in the game versus Fulham when we were tight on PSR. We already signed Garnacho. That was already, here we go, that was done. Who expected that? Mark Yu. We would have had Nicholas Jackson if he didn't want to stay in Germany, by the way. So, Maresca, you better not be blaming the board for something what was out of their control as well because of PSR. So we had 40 million in the bank for January, do we though? Or is that to try to keep the fans happy? I don't know. Buonanotte, he got bought in for a reason. To fill in that backup 10 position. To then let João Pedro be a striker till the Lap gets back. Stop complaining. Sure, it would be nice if you had another striker. Sure, I can hear that. But at least they didn't leave you with nothing. Right, they tried to get you Nicholas Jackson didn't want to come. Mark Yu is your option. Oh yeah, Pedro Neto has a false 9. Tyree George isn't a striker. So sure, we can rule out Tyree George. João Pedro, many others in the club, I bet you could fill in that false 9 position quite well. We have Emmanuel Omega who could be coming in January. I hope you're happy, Maresca. If he isn't coming in January, he's coming in summer 2026. Look, I'm not saying we couldn't have gone for better signings. I'm not saying that we couldn't have just not signed Garnacho and signed this striker or a 10. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they did the best they could with what they could have. They didn't buy Simmons, probably because they didn't have 52 million pounds to spend on a player without breaching PSR. Sure, you can argue on Nicholas Jackson got sold. That was a loan with an obligation with what was 40 games. No, that was never getting hit. No wonder Chelsea didn't hit the button of let's buy a striker now, because we know that we'll be able to get Nicholas Jackson on permanently from this deal alone. Deal with what you have. Second one. how the club has been run. So you signed on the dotted line. You knew what the project was. You agreed to very limited transfer. A very limited transfer, say. You agreed to a coaching role. What do you mean? If you weren't interested in this project, then don't even come. If you don't want to agree to what we have going on here, what is very ambitious. Yeah, sure, the age of the squad may not seem like it, but in the next 5-10 years, we'll be winning trophies every single season, mate, like it's a fucking story. Like a never-ending story. Champions League, Premier Leagues, FA Cups. We will not be able to be stopped. Yeah, you're here going, oh, I'm so unhappy with how the club's been run. I'm so happy with how stuff has been handled. You knew what you signed up for. Deal with it. BBC comes out. Maresca surely knows that pressure is going. You think, right? Probably. He probably does know. Do you think Robert Sanchez, Chalobah both got red carded for no reason? They're clearly trying to get the manager sacked here, people. I'm just coming to realise that. Lincoln first off, that was trying to get the manager sacked. You think they want to play for this manager? And I'm not Maresca out, and I've said this many times I'm not, but it's also come out that some of the players are unhappy with the tactical roles in the squad. Some people don't like working with Maresca. And sure, we can believe that, which I will, to an extent. But once again, the players who signed them at dotted line, the players who knew Maresca was coming in. For example, Pedro Neto last year. I bet he's one of the unhappy ones. Maybe. Okay, if you're unhappy with the role you're being played in, sure, you can talk to a manager about it, but if the manager isn't going to adjust to players' likings to make sure that the team excels, who just get on with it. Learn that role. It ain't hard. And if you are still unhappy, you can leave. And I'm going to go back to the video I posted earlier today. Who would I take? Iriola, Felipe Luis Enrique. Which ones are most likely to come? Luis Enrique, Felipe Luis. No, Iriola and Felipe Luis are the two most likely to come to Chelsea Football Club. Now, if we do lose to Benfica, I do think that it will get nasty. So you better go on a winning streak here. Our only win in the last 4 games is Lincoln City. It has to improve. Yeah. If there's more, there will be more videos out for you tomorrow or on Sunday, depending on when I want to upload this. I'll probably upload this at like 7 a.m. UK. Then I'll do like the uploads tomorrow. 7 a.m. 1, 2 p.m. depending on what comes out. And then a evening video going over the Premier League games or another news video depending on what comes out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and peace!